Typically start at your origin story. Julila, tell me about yourself. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Kodiak, Alaska. I lived there till I was about 13 years old, and then moved to Anchorage, Alaska. And then from there, we moved because my mom and dad. First, my dad went to jail. He got out, and right after he got out, my mom went in. They were both in for about a year. My grandma and my aunt took care of me and my brothers while they were in, And while my mom was in, my dad had gotten out. He decided to move us to Anchorage. And so we moved up there, and basically I didn't like the big city. It was new to me, So I go back and forth, every now and then, go back home and back to Anchorage. I didn't like the school there, so I ended up just barely making it through 8th grade. And I did a semester of 9th grade and dropped out. It was just, a bigger school. Just didn't know anyone, I didn't like it at all. I definitely regret it now, but...
Well, you mentioned brothers, 2 brothers?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers. They are younger than me, Larry and LJ. Basically, my brother Larry, he's about 2 years younger than me, and then LJ's 5 years younger than me. But when my dad got out, my mom ended up finishing her time and ended up getting out also, and we ended up just staying in Anchorage. Lived there from 13 to about 22 years old.
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, and moved down here 22.
At 22.
And I've been here for about almost 10 years now. I'll be 31 in July.
Birthday's coming up. Well,
Yeah.
Tell me about your home life growing up. What was it like?
It was a struggle,
How so?
My mom was a drug addict. My dad was an alcoholic, We had our struggles, but we made it through. They both ended up on probation after they got busted, and so that was a struggle, just dealing with that kind of life. It's no fun.
And when that's happened, you were kids?
Yeah, I was about 9, 10.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I have 8 and 10-year-old little girls.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine your parents going away.
Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard on us, definitely. But my aunt and my grandma stepped up,
Yeah.
and took awesome care of us.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you had them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it was good.
I'm so curious. What was the town that you were from in Alaska? The
Kodiak.
Or what was the terrain, and what did you guys do for fun?
We would go out, ride bikes, go out to the beaches. My aunt would breed American bulldogs.
Okay.
So I grew up, at one point in time, there was 13 of them.
Yeah.
She was a big dog lover. And so we took care of them. a lot. You know, they were basically my sisters and brothers. You know,
Yeah, it became part of the family.
Yeah, definitely. And it was just, it's awesome. You know how big a dog, you know, can impact your life. Basically, it's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. So you're 13. You moved to Anchorage, and what did you do when you dropped out in 9th grade?
Well, okay, so I dropped out in 9th grade. I ended up getting pregnant at 16 and having my oldest at 17. And then I got pregnant at 17 and had my youngest at 18. They're 14 months apart. And then after that, you know, I just took care of my kids, basically.
Yeah.
Became a mom at an early age.
Yeah, really early age.
I wouldn't change it for the world, though, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they are now 12 and 13.
Oh, where are they?
They are over back home in Omak.
And you have a relationship with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom takes care of them, though.
Oh, gotcha. And is your dad still in the picture?
Yes, he is.
Are they still together?
Yep.
Oh, great.
They've been together since my mom was 16, and she is now going to be 51 on June 1st.
Oh, wow. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure you call her.
Right.
Happy birthday. And thank her.
Yeah, right.
Well, let's see. So at 22, at some point you came to Seattle.
Yeah.
Why did
well, not Seattle, but
Okay.
Okanagan County.
Why did you go there?
My dad was born and raised there.
Okay. So his family there?
Yeah, and we basically, my grandma's husband had passed away of cancer, and basically we came down to, you know, take over her house.
Okay.
Basically, and get that all situated in my dad's name so that if anything did happen to her, we wouldn't have no problems, you know. We'd have it all taken care of. So that worked out. You know, they say once one goes, the other usually goes not too far behind. But when we moved down here, I know it was my kids that helped a lot, but my grandma has a heart pacer, and she wasn't doing good when we first moved down here, and now her doctor says she's doing wonderful.
Okay.
So, I mean, she did a big turnaround.
Yeah.
And it's also crazy to me because when we moved down here, I watched both my mom and my dad completely going from an alcoholic and a drug addict to changing their whole lives around. You know, and I mean, my dad, he used to drink the hard alcohol, and when he would drink the hard alcohol, he was a mean alcoholic, you know. And when we moved down here, he don't touch the hard alcohol, he just drinks his beer. And he's just, it's weird how he's so much, you know.
What do you attribute that to? Like, why do you think that?
I don't know. It's
Did
just
he like
weird.
go to AA? Did he like do something?
Well, no, but no, he
something
didn't.
shifted though.
But it was the alcohol. I mean, you would think that because it's beer and alcohol or hard alcohol that it wouldn't be any different, but basically it just, you know, with him on the beer, his mood just
Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting conversation, you know.
Yeah.
And your mom too.
And my
too.
mom, yeah, she was a crackhead, and she completely changed her life around. You know, they both take care of my kids now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
Right? Glad.
It is good.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then from there you came to Seattle.
Well, I came to Seattle just a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
With my boyfriend.
Yes, gotcha.
And we were originally only supposed to come over here and go back home. And we got stuck over here. We ended up, first it was our car, our brakes went out on us, and we ended up wrecking our car, you know. It was full of all our belongings.
Were you guys living in your car at the time?
Well, we had just started technically living in it, because at first it had got put into anti-theft mode, and we couldn't figure out how to get it out of there. And a week goes by, we finally figured it out, and then after that, we had the car for a couple days after that, and that's when we wrecked it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it wasn't in our name. We couldn't figure out the people who let us use it. Basically, couldn't, didn't know who the original owner was either, so...
Like you borrowed a car?
Yeah, well, they let us borrow it, and they had bought it from someone, so...
Oh, they haven't done the paperwork yet, maybe?
Yeah, and so we couldn't get our stuff out of there. And that was what was holding us back. We wanted our stuff. That was our belongings.
Yeah.
Everything we owned, and...
Well, what was the reason you guys came to Seattle? To check it out or something?
Well, he's originally, he had been over here for 6 years,
Gotcha.
in the past, and we just wanted to get out of town, basically,
just something new. Gotcha.
And he knows a lot of people over here, so we wanted to come see old friends and stuff like that. So.
And Seattle's a great town.
Yeah. And 2 months later, here we are.
Yeah. Well, so what is your situation now? The car's gone.
Yeah.
Where are you guys living?
We were staying in a broken down car, and then we had a friend who was letting us stay with him for a little bit, and now his other friend's gonna let us stay with them. So
kind of couch surfing.
Basically, until we can actually find someone to take us home.
Alice.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of stuck.
Alice.
Yeah.
Stuck in Seattle trying to get back up.
My mom told me yesterday though that she would, her and one of my good friends, probably next week would come over and get us if we really wanted to go home. So
how are you guys supporting yourselves right now?
We're struggling.
Yeah.
It's a struggle, but I mean, we seem to make it.
Yeah.
It's just.
And what are you guys doing to cope?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's like you guys have been through a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, well, how do you cope with that? People cope in all different kinds of ways, right?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we just, I mean, him and I, we've only been together about 6 months now, and just those 6 months, I mean, we've
really
been
lived
through a lot already.
That's right.
And I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world, because I mean, it's brought us really, really close together. I mean, we have our arguments, but I mean, we hardly ever argue. We're best friends, and we just deal with it.
So you guys are waiting kind of to get back up.
Yeah.
How far away is that? I don't even know.
It's about 4.5, depending on how you drive, 4.5, 5 hours.
Which way?
Going north.
It's in Washington.
Yeah, gotcha. Eastern Washington.
Eastern Washington. Gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys can.
Yeah, I mean, it grew on me over here, so I don't mind it.
Well, tell me about the Commons. You guys, that's where I met you guys.
Yeah.
Tell me about why you guys come here.
Well, he was telling me about it, telling me how, they help people basically and what they're all about. And I was like, well, let's go there, And we did. And since then, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome how, what they do for everyone, and
Yeah.
it's just, it's awesome.
That's a good place. Is there anything that you would want the people of Seattle to know?
Don't get stuck here. No. No, it grew on me. It definitely has, I enjoy it, and there's so much more help over here, than back home. Like, and the people are just, you get some of those assholes, but a lot of them are just so amazing, they're always there to help. Like, it blows my mind. We don't have people like that over there. They're just all a bunch of pricks.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Seattle's a place where you can get resources, get help,
Definitely.
get food.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome. I mean, it's really awesome.
Yeah. Good. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Well, thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Julila, it's good to hear your voice. You got that little mic.
Sure.